is Tanner Pinsons. I'm going to start with a question. How many of y'all watch soccer?
Football.
Or football. So 3 of y'all.
Country.
I would imagine most of y'all, or the 3 of y'all, probably don't watch MLS soccer as much as, say, BPL, Bundesliga, La Liga, or anything like that. And I think there's a very big problem and big cause of that, and that's the salary cap in MLS. Now, if you look at this, the MLS is ranked 22nd in how much we pay our players because of the salary cap. And you see in the top leagues, average player wage per year, 2.2 million for the Premier League, 1.4 million for the Bundesliga. That's English and German leagues. And then all the way down at 22nd, you see the MLS, which is the American League. Although with our average player wage being 22nd, you can see that the average club income, we're at 16.4 million, which is about as much as the 10th place league makes. So we're bringing in a ton of money, but the salary cap is not allowing us to pay our players more. And that brings in a lot of problems. So what are the benefits of getting rid of the salary cap? The potential to bring in better players. And right now, with the salary cap, we can only pay, say, $300,000 a year for certain players, which in other leagues, they're making $300,000 a week. So who in their right mind would come to the MLS if they can make so and so much money on other leagues? The competition with other leagues. Right now, since we can't bring in more players, we can't develop better players. All of our players currently in the U.S. want to go abroad and play other places to make more money. So that makes the competition with other leagues, I mean, we're not even close. We can't compete because they're paying so much more so much per player that the competition is more within the league, which develops better players. And then development of youth American players. Many of our youth see soccer right now as a means to maybe get through college cheaper. They don't see it as a means to make money because, namely, they don't think they can make that much money or they can make more money doing other jobs. If we remove the salary cap, I hate to say it, that maybe would remove the college mentality of many of our young athletes in the academies and stuff. They would see it as maybe a better career path than what they would get through college. And then the growth of the league. Right now the league is about 22 different teams and goes in the East and the West and the North. And with that, we would have more teams come in, more investors come in. That would grow the league, that would allow for relegation and more competition in the league. So how many of you all watched the World Cup though? About the same, huh? So sportsmediawatch.com found the rating of the US versus Portugal game. It rated as a 9.1 over 90, which tied for the highest any non-football program on ESPN ever. That would be tying with the NBA Finals or anything like that. There was a total of 27.4 million watched the live broadcast of this game. And right now, if you would remove the price cap and bring in more youth players, that would bring in more patriotism, that would bring in more viewership, and that would up the viewership for the World Cup in general. You see other countries with England's every match gaining almost 50 million views overnight, which is almost double the amount of ours. Now, what are the possible cons of no salary cap? 3-horse race, if you ever heard about that, maybe in the NFL, there's 3 good teams that just kind of dominate the league. Well, in other countries, say in La Liga, there's Barcelona, there's Real Madrid, and there's Atletico Madrid, which I'm pretty sure you've heard of Real Madrid and Barcelona. But I'm almost positive you've never heard of any other teams in that league, because those 2 teams are giants in that league. They spend all the money, they bring in all the other players, and that's because of in part to the no salary cap, because a large owner will buy up that team and spend so much money on the team, but say another team that doesn't have that much money can't bring in the other players because they're being bought out by the bigger teams. And then no relegation, so lack of funds. The relegation brings in a dynamic into the league, which if you don't do well or your team doesn't do well, you get relegated to the next league and you have to fight your way back up and play again. With the amount of teams and the price cap coming off, there wouldn't be relegation because there's not enough teams to do that right now. So if we remove the price cap, that would bring in basically like a lack of motivation for the players to play well. So I want to end with a quote from somebody you may know, Will Park. He says, "Growth is too slow in the MLS because of the salary cap. We will never be competitive with other leagues until we can spend as much money as them, or unless the youth development exceeds other countries, which it isn't. Also, no one in their right mind would accept a contract where they can be paid more. The salary cap only attracts low-quality players." And that's true. We only attract players that will play to our level that can't make money in other countries. So if we want to grow the league, grow the game, and be competitive with other countries in the World Cup and in domestic leagues, we need to remove the salary cap to pay more players, play players more. Thank you.